Nobody likes a thief. Honest, dishonest, or otherwise, nobody likes a thief. So, let's talk about these trading skeleton bots, shall we? Now, everybody who is a part of Fire Army knows I'm all about security. I'm all about security and precaution because I want you to be informed on what scams look like. I want you to be informed on what those things look like so that you don't get caught up in the web. The push to cut Ethereum network fees opens funds draining bug. Scaling tomb. It just opened up a scaling bug basically that went in and stole the money, skimmed it from the transactions because of the network fees being pushed open. Now, a lot of you know that Ethereum went through a merge recently, like right, but the vulnerability allowed hackers to steal deposits into a specific network. Now, you can find out more about that at CoinDesk. All you would like to read it, you can find it out, or you can make sure to follow us on Medium, where we cover all these news articles that we talk about here on Clubhouse. And of course, make sure you follow all of our social media pages too, so you can stay in the know and know what's going on with us, Fire Army, and everything Web3. So, what's crazy about it is that the vulnerability was caught and flagged by a hacker. Just throw that out there before we move on. Now, back to where we are and joining our journey, right? I just have this conclusion for you. Now that you have free money, the next thing is learning how to use it. Strategy. So you want to make sure that you're spending time learning what strategies work for you. Learn the different strategies. My advice to you is to learn how to read candles. Learn how to read candle graphs. Learn how to chart. If you can learn how to read those graphs and chart, you will be a mastermind in this crypto space just like I am. I promise you. And again, if you need any tips, help, just join the Fire Army Discord server. All this information is already posted in there. I have charts and everything else from last year dropped in there. But when I was going on this journey, it's all in there. Good info. But now that you're ready to invest, got to make sure you need to know what strategy you're using next. So that as you're putting things in action, you're making sure this is going to lead to you making money. Because even though it's free money, let's try our best to not lose it, right? So it's just a good practice to have in place so that when you have your money now invested and involved, you're not going to be as easy to lose it in the market to scams, poor trading, or otherwise. That's just you doing your due diligence as an investor. So, my best recommendation in conclusion, it's many avenues. It's really about which way you want to go. So before we drop off the face of the clubhouse earth today, the last security protocol I want to talk to you about in correlation and relation to this is crypto wallet. What's a crypto wallet, Jade? What's a crypto wallet, Craig? I don't know, guys. Great question. Asked myself this last year. And not only was the question of what's a crypto wallet, but I kept being told, hey, if you want to buy crypto, you need a hard wallet. Hey, if you want to buy crypto, you should use a web wallet. Well, what's that? Now, I'm going to turn it over to Craig for a bit because he knows all about this and the hurdles that are involved. So, Craig, let us know firstly, what is a crypto wallet? Why is it needed? And then tell us the difference between hard wallets and web wallets.
Right. So different wallets are important to know. And the first thing is what is a crypto wallet? And essentially, it is your specific address that you are able to send and receive different types of cryptocurrency. Now, not only is that important to know for what blockchain you are on, but it also matters specifically what type of crypto you are sending, because that specific address will change. There are situations where it is less important to know the different types of addresses, but that's just where it gets kind of complicated. But the important thing to understand there is that not all blockchains are able to be accessed from one wallet. So there are times that you will find yourself with a phantom wallet on Solana. You can use a MetaMask wallet to be on a number of different blockchains. There's, of course, the popular another popular one aside MetaMask is the Trust Wallet. Those are all great options. The biggest thing to know from that is that those are digital wallets that are on your computer or mobile phone. And then you have a hardware wallet, or what's sometimes referred to as a cold wallet. It is not constantly hooked up to something that is plugged into the internet or could be plugged into the internet at all times. So, with it being a cold wallet or cold storage wallet, you can actually unhook it from the internet and have it disconnected so that your crypto is more safe. Is it completely safe? In theory, hopefully. But there are opportunities and issues that can arise. So just realize that you're never always safe, but it is important just to be diligent in what you do and know what you're clicking. I think that kind of covers the basics of the crypto wallets. Some other features and things that you'll run into is that to do any sort of transaction, there's a gas fee. And just keeping those fees in mind, you do have to have a minimum of the gas fees to be able to actually move any currency in and out of your wallet. And that's normally, and that's specific to what blockchain you're using. So, for instance, in the Ethereum blockchain, you have to have the correct amount of Ethereum to be able to move the money if you're trying to cash it out or to buy something. For a long time, that would cost potentially hundreds of dollars, depending on what gas price was. But gas prices have come way down, which makes it a lot more open to new people coming and learning about the amazing crypto world.
So I want you to think about what Craig said, right? Let's talk about gas and chains. The gas has come down over the years, but you need to decide what chain you like, right? Because that's gonna vary what crypto you're using, point of sale systems, NFTs, right? Because each chain and group, whatever, they all choose a chain. So, are you an Ethereum Jack and Jill, or are you a Bitcoin Betty and Bill? That's the question. Because as you're making time to invest and everything else, you have to decide that before you're going to spend that money. Me, myself personally, I like Litecoin. I like Litecoin just for my crypto transactions. Why? It's one of the lowest gas fees that have ever existed. It's one of the original forks of Bitcoin as well. The only fork. So I'm a Litecoin girl, as you would say. I'm a Litecoin girl, right? Because I like it that it's at less than a penny when I move stuff, or at a penny. My bank has never offered me that. My bank has never offered me anything less than 30 cents of a transaction fee. That means this chain right now is operating at less than a 1% transaction fee for its gas. Perfect. When you hear gas, think transaction fee. Simple as that. This is also why you're able to see your transaction on the blockchain because you have a transaction hash, very similar to what our world's centralized banks have been doing for a long time. Except we made the running ledger public. So now you can see it, you can trace it, you can see what wallet went from, where it went to, where it was converted through. That does not give you the identity of the user on either end, it just simply shows the transaction alone. And we're told transactions from our banks take 3 to 5 days, 10 to 30, depending on if they're reversals and cancellations. This is instant, okay? It's instant transactions that you can see and control. That is putting the big power of big tech into the small hands of the average everyday consumer. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what you call Web3. Now, before I open up the floor, as our broadcast ends in 5 minutes, I'm going to leave you with one security protocol that you want to make sure you have in place. When you start your crypto wallet, you are going to be prompted into creating or having a security phrase. It's going to say security phrase, security key, security passphrase. That digit can be either 12 or 24. That is your sacred digit. That is your social security. That is your blood type. It's a thing that you covet and is sacred. You do not give anyone. You never give it to